Good evening. It's Monday night, and it's time for CPS News with Brent and Jessy. News that speaks your language.
Good evening, Vallarta and all the Bay Area, and welcome to CPS News, the news that speaks your language. Tonight, it's Monday, March 11th. We're happy to have you here. I'm happy to be, as always, with Jessy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Brent, and I hope you guys are doing great as well. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have a lot of important news and information, very interesting stuff. But before we get to it, I'd like to invite you to write us a message. You can do it via YouTube, just on the comment section right below this video.
I hope you do. That's right there. We love to hear your comments. We love to talk back with you. But now it's time to get going with the news. And first up, it's Laura with our headlines.
Tonight on CPS Evening News, we have a lineup of informative and exciting stories that our viewers won't want to miss. The mayor of Bahía de Banderas has been suspended. She faces a potential fine as she evades an anti-corruption summons amid an investigation into an alleged property scandal. Lía Castro Díaz de León assumes an interim mayor role in Bahía de Banderas as speculation and uncertainty arise over administrative changes. Playa Grande and San Esteban residents are left in limbo as CPL Vallarta staff no-show at a meeting to address halted riverbank works, prompting frustration and safety concerns. The Nayarit Attorney General's office conducts a raid on El Tizate condominium, allegedly linking a former municipal president to irregularly acquired apartments. Keep informed about politics in Mexico. CPS News will have an exclusive story tonight to introduce Mexico's presidential contenders and their key policy proposals. Stay tuned to hear these stories and more on CPS News with Jessy and Brent.
In our first story tonight, it's time to get ready for an artistic affair as the annual auction at Los Mangos Library helps to revamp its facilities. Here is more on this event that is for a great cause.
On March 14, the annual auction of Los Mangos Library will raise funds for its renovation, aiming for 250,000 pesos. With increasing donors' participation, including artists and entrepreneurs, the event targets improvements like air conditioning and repairing hurricane damage. New director Rafael Camacho promises affordable art pieces and gift certificates for sale, with proceeds benefiting the library. The University Center of the Coast, CUC, also supports the auction, highlighting its significance in Puerto Vallarta cultural scene. The event, starting at 6 p.m., features a silent auction and live bidding, promising surprises and activities to boost support for this vital cultural space. With information from Brenda Beltran, Luna Tamayo, CPS News.
We love these types of stories and events. Be sure to be there because every bit contributes to the cultural enhancement of Puerto Vallarta's beloved library. Now get ready for a few more cruise ships this March, including a historic triple docking. Here's Rodrigo with more on this story.
In March, Puerto Vallarta is set to receive 15 cruise ship arrivals, including the first triple docking of the year. The schedule, provided by the National Port System Administration, outlines various arrivals throughout the month. Notable arrivals include the Carnival Panorama, Norwegian Bliss, and Discovery Princess. The MS Vasco da Gama, smaller ship with unique amenities, will also make its debut. On March 27th, a triple arrival is expected, featuring the Norwegian Bliss, Koningsdam, and Sandam. The month concludes with the arrival of the Crown Princess on March 29th. These arrivals promise diverse experiences for visitors, with onboard entertainment and opportunities to explore Puerto Vallarta's attractions. With information from Brenda Beltran, Rodrigo López Becerril, CPS News.
Okay, so I'm not sure how exciting it is to look at the cruise ships from our town, but we all know how good they are for our local economy. I'm ready to check this out and see how well they've practiced their parallel parking. In our next story, we have a continuation of our story from last week. Well, really, it's a second story because last week we talked about the additional floor being added to El Malecon restaurant and the pushback and impact of the second floor addition. Now let's listen to Luna with all the new details.
Y darle las gracias por su confianza de alguna manera. Valoramos eso.
In a meeting with citizens of Vallarta, Semarnat officials pledged to correct irregularities in the approval process for a second level in a Malecon restaurant. The delegates stated that the concessionaire had carried out work without proper authorization. Semarnat assured they will rectify the procedure, emphasizing the importance of environmental and cultural preservation. It was revealed that the concession extension may have impacted local fishermen, prompting Semarnat to advise them to file complaints. Municipal officials face criticism for their role in granting construction permits. A restaurateur clarified that the addition was not a full second level, but rather a terrace to maintain the Malecon's aesthetic. With information from Carolina Gomez, Luna Tamayo, CPS News.
Well, hopefully Semarnat will find a solution that focuses on keeping Vallarta's culture and environment safe while also keeping this local business. In the meantime, it's time to celebrate International Women's Day with Hospital Hoya. Brent, can you share all of the details?
Of course I can, Jesse. Honoring International Women's Day, Hospital Hoya is offering comprehensive preventative medical checkups throughout the entire month of March. You can take charge of your well-being and schedule your checkup today simply by contacting 322-226-1010 or visiting Hospital Hoya on Boulevard Francisco Medina Asensio, 2760 in the Hotel Zone. Hospital Hoya is committed to your health. Now we begin a soap opera of political stories with all the intrigue. The former mayor of Bahía de Banderas has had a lot of time in our news in the past few weeks. Now her absence raises the stakes as the former mayor faces possible detention. Here's Corey with more and the very interesting details of this story.
Lía Castro Díaz de León, the interim president of Bahía de Banderas, began her duties on Monday, March 4th. She initiated her term by meeting with newly sworn-in councilors and holding a press conference announcing an independent audit covering the 2023 fiscal year and the first 2 months of 2024. Suspecting mismanagement, auditors arrived to scrutinize all departments. Castro emphasized transparency and vowed to combat corruption. She also aimed to rebuild relations with the governor of Nayarit. While she didn't announce immediate changes to the current cabinet, adjustments may occur in the future. With information from Israel Torres, Corey Duchateau, CPS News.
Are you on the edge of your seat yet with all of this political intrigue in your area? Well, the unfolding drama surrounding Villalbazo is sure to intensify as the General Prosecutor's Office of Nayarit prepares to reveal further details. Now back to you, Brent, with the second part of this week's political soap opera or telenovela.
So in the midst of uncertainty, Lía Castro Díaz de León took on the role of interim mayor of Bahía de Banderas last Monday, conducting a comprehensive tour of all the municipal departments. The secretary of the municipality, Joel Abad Jimenez Lozano, appeared unsettled as he engaged in discussions with fellow officials. Throughout the day, La Casa de Pueblo was bustling with officials, although a planned meeting to introduce new directors was unexpectedly canceled, leading to a heightened uncertainty among staff. Speculation swirled about potential changes within the administration, causing concern for some about the possibility of job losses. Notably, former officials such as Martín Garcia and Carolina Samaniego Carlos were observed alongside Castro's team. The spotlight remained on Castro as she and the auditors began scrutinizing the municipality's operations. This encounter marked the first interaction between the 11th municipality's directors and Castro since her departure in May of 2022, following disagreements with the previous mayor, Mirta Villalbazo. This information was provided by Israel Torres.
Pretty crazy stuff going on right now, Brent. And let me add that Lía Castro Díaz was a very close friend of Villalbazo's. But after this, I don't think they're still on good terms. But here are more details on this. Shortly after Mirta Villalbazo Amaya's leave as municipal president, the Nayarit Attorney's General Office conducted a raid at the El Tizate condominium, allegedly to secure 2 apartments linked to Villalbazo.
It is believed these properties were obtained through irregular licenses violating state law. The operation involving 6 vehicles and officers aimed to gather evidence related to construction permit irregularities. Additionally, another apartment owned by a former director, Wendy, was reportedly targeted. The Attorney General's office will disclose findings soon. This comes just before Villalbazo's scheduled appearance before the Specialized Prosecutor's Office for Combating Corruption, as requested in a notification posted outside the municipal presidency offices. With the information from Israel Torres, Jessy Brent, CPS News.
All right, wow. Can it even get crazier with the political stories today? Well, yes, it can. Stay tuned because on Sunday afternoon, personnel from the Criminal Investigation Agency and the Forensic Services of the Nayarit Attorney General's Office arrived at Bucerias Municipal Market to secure documentation suspected to have been hidden within a commercial space. This action is part of ongoing investigations against Murta Villalbazo's administration. Nearly 20 boxes and files were removed from the premises. Their contents remain undisclosed. Reports suggest officials have been transferring documentation to warehouses since last Friday, presumably to conceal the information prompting the operations. Footage captured officials loading boxes into shopping carts and vans transporting motorcycles to warehouses on the same day. The Attorney General's office is investigating these events, having opened a full investigation file. With information from our reporter, Israel Torres.
Wow, and to think there are still 3 months till the elections, and we already have this many political stories to cover. Now it's time to talk about some people that need to practice more Spanish. And I'm looking at you, Mr. Brent. All right, so let me tell you. Unlock the door to a world of language through an American English Tree, offering both in-person and online access with an excellent program for seamless learning of Spanish and English. But there's more. When you register as a Spanish student, you provide a 100% English scholarship to a child in need. Join in spreading the joy of language and making a positive impact in our community. Reach out to get started at 322-236-5924 or visit American English Tree. They're at Plaza Caracol, right behind the bowling alley. You can mention CPS News and receive a 10% discount on your lesson plan. American English Tree, where learning meets compassion. Speak it, understand it, enjoy it.
Okay, thank you, Jesse. And I saw you looking at me with those Spanish lessons, but first off, a big shout out to Eddie and the whole English Tree team. As you already know, we have Eddie coming into our radio show, Asphalt Radio, which you can hear every single Saturday from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., teaching our listeners and me a little more Spanish. Let's see how I improve week to week with my pronunciation. Now wait, I know you want more political intrigue, and here is Corey, who's going to tell us more about our interim Bahía de Banderas mayor and her promise of transparency, which seems like something we're not really used to on today's broadcast.
Lía Castro Díaz de León, the interim president of Bahía de Banderas, began her duties on Monday, March 4th. She initiated her term by meeting with newly sworn-in councilors and holding a press conference announcing an independent audit covering the 2023 fiscal year and the first 2 months of 2024. Suspecting mismanagement, auditors arrived to scrutinize all departments. Castro emphasized transparency and vowed to combat corruption. She also aimed to rebuild relations with the governor of Nayarit. While she didn't announce immediate changes to the current cabinet, adjustments may occur in the future. With information from Israel Torres, Corey Duchateau, CPS News.
How about all that political stories? And this is because it's right before the elections. Is it like that in the U.S. as well?
Oh, it's like this, but maybe even worse, but I can't compare. It's pretty bad. I will say, like, we get asked a lot of times, do we cover real news? Obviously, we cover a lot of real news, and especially during this election season. But as always, we ask you guys, give us some stories, give us some feedback. I know I talked to lots of you last week in that comment section, and so thank you for interacting with us. We love that.
Yes, we love all the feedback, but right now we have to go on a quick commercial break, and then we will be back with more information for you.
CPS News. news that speaks your language.
Welcome back to CPS News, the news that speaks your language. Thanks for sticking with us. And I'm hoping now we're going to get a couple stories that maybe are not political and a little more fun. What do you got?
Yes, we do have some really cool stories. We just passed International Women's Day, and I have a story about that I think you will really, really enjoy.
In Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas, remarkable female athletes are making waves, overcoming challenges like limited resources, gender bias to excel in various sports. Here are a few of our super inspiring women. Lupita Hernandez has excelled in fronton, which I didn't even know what that was until I looked it up, but it's a type of handball, and she secured gold in an international competition. Forelia Estrada Bernal represents Mexico in the Paralympic events. Sofia Fener showcased her talents in paddleboarding and surfing, scoring really well at the Pan American Games. And then Rosario Pelayo set world records in sprint events, as well as Cecilia Ojoja in martial arts for women on the global stage. Natalie Cantares Pelayo made history as the first female head coach to reach the finals in Copa Jalisco. Marisol Corona has been a champion in the boxing ring. And finally, Susana Montes emerged as a rising star overall in athletics, setting state records, and get this, she's only 14. On this International Women's Day, we celebrate these women and all the women out there who paved the way for future generations of female athletes, proving that sports are truly for everyone. And this information comes from our very own Fernanda Bojorquez. And now it's tech time. Transferring your home into a smart home with Savvy Control Home. Experience the seamless integration of security, comfort, audio, video, and lighting systems all at your fingertips. They proudly collaborate with the market's best brands to ensure the highest quality in every solution. You can visit their showroom at Highway Punta de Mita 1.5, number 9, which is right at the entrance of La Cruz, to witness the future of smart living. Elevate your lifestyle today. Call Savvy Control Home at 322-223-0195, or of course you can visit their webpage at savvycontrolhome.com.
Thanks, Brent, for that recommendation. Brent and his techie stuff. Now, in our next story, CPS halted riverbank reinforcement work. Let's learn how this affects Playa Grande residents and see why they are frustrated due to safety concerns. Here's Luna with more on this story.
CPS Vallarta staff failed to show up for a scheduled meeting with residents of Playa Grande and San Esteban to address concerns about ongoing riverbank reinforcement works. The residents expressed a desire for the work to continue due to previous damage caused by a cyclone and fears for their safety. Despite previous agreements, CPS Vallarta ordered a halt to the works, citing concerns about water intake levels in nearby wells. The state government's machinery has been working on the riverbanks for 8 days. But the sudden halt has left residents frustrated. Interim Mayor Francisco José Martínez Gil was involved in negotiations to resolve the issue. But CPS Vallarta officials failed to attend the planned meeting, leaving residents feeling abandoned. There's a strong desire among residents for the reinforcement works to be completed, as they believe it's crucial for their safety and well-being. With information from Carolina Gomez, Luna Tamayo, CPS News.
Well, I sure hope CPS figures this out for the sake of all those residents. It's just not good.
I know, and CPS, it's so needed, you know, all of the water stuff, it's very needed. So hopefully they can get resolution.
Get your act together, CPS. Now, more fun news. How about those croc names? I mean, I'm still voting for Godzilla, but you guys have really been creative and you're sending in lots and lots of names, and keep doing it. This is really fun.
It's true. You can keep sending your names to our WhatsApp number and you can see it right on the screen. You can also send them via YouTube, you know, below this video on the comment section. But how about more fun? Do you guys like to know what March has in store for you? Well, Laura is going to tell us what's going on for this week.
Now, let's look at some of the fun events this week in Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas. Immerse yourself in the unique cultural experience of discovering and savoring an ancient beverage from the state of Jalisco, Mexico, raicilla. This regional artisanal drink hails from Puerto Vallarta, Bay of Banderas, Cabo Corrientes, San Sebastián del Oeste, Mascota, and other nearby areas. The 7th edition of the Dam Juana Festival on the River Qual Island in Puerto Vallarta will occur on March 16th and 17th from 12 to 10 p.m. at the Vallarta Cultural Institute. Don't miss this great opportunity to embark on a cultural and culinary journey. On March 15th at Hidalgo Park, prepare your taste buds for the exciting and delicious Sabor en Competencia, or the tasting competition event in Puerto Vallarta. 7 top restaurants will compete to create mouthwatering dishes using only market-fresh ingredients. With cash prizes up for grabs and renowned chefs judging, it's an event that will leave you craving more. Come and taste the flavors of Puerto Vallarta's vibrant culinary scene. See you there. On March 14th at 6 p.m., the Los Mangos Library will hold its annual auction. This event, a beloved tradition in Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas, offers a unique opportunity to acquire affordable artworks for sale. It combines art, culture, music, and food, offering a delightful experience for attendees. Don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity to support the library's endeavors while acquiring a unique piece. Every Wednesday from 6 to 10 p.m. is the Art Walk in the center of Puerto Vallarta. This walking route features 16 main galleries that open their doors for the evening as you walk through the historic center of beautiful PV. The Art Walk tour is free and galleries offer complimentary wine. There's always the possibility of tour-goers having an opportunity to chat with the exhibiting artist. The short distance between each gallery allows you to visit several locations in a single day and the chance to mingle with other art lovers. These are the events we have on the calendar for this week. Back to you guys for more news.
Well, thank you, Laura. Your voice really draws me in. I might just go to every event because of you, and I hope you all feel that way too. If you see us at any of these events, please stop by and say hi. We really met a lot of you recently at a lot of our cool events, including La Huerta recently for changing lives, and that really made us proud to hear how much you guys really love our newscast, so thank you.
Now, at the top of the newscast, we told you that we would introduce you to the presidential candidates and a little bit about their positions. Here are some brief details about all of them.
Following the commencement of the 2024 presidential race, candidates contending for the presidency of the Republic, Claudia Sheinbaum, Xochitl Gálvez, and Jorge Alvarez Maínez, have revealed a range of proposals covering security, social initiatives, and policies aimed at promoting women's rights, along with other important domains. Claudia Sheinbaum, representing the Sigamos Hacienda Historia coalition, outlined 100 commitments in Mexico City's Zócalo, emphasizing the constitutional elevation of gender equality and measures to tackle gender-based violence. She also advocated for addressing root causes of insecurity, strengthening the National Guard, and promoting cooperation with law enforcement agencies to tackle impunity. Additionally, she emphasized the importance of giving priority to water resources and shifting towards renewable energy sources. Xochitl Gálvez of the Fuerza y Corazón Mexico coalition turned her attention to security matters, suggesting the creation of an advanced, highly secure prison to discourage criminal activity. Furthermore, she supported strengthening and enlarging the National Guard's role in areas with high levels of violence, while also advocating for equipping state governments with technological resources to combat crime more efficiently. Gálvez pledged zero tolerance for extortion and protection rackets and advocated for the creation of a binational customs agency to curb arms trafficking from the United States to Mexico. Jorge Alvarez Maínez, the candidate representing Movimiento Ciudadano, pledged to devise a fresh strategy to address the prevailing insecurity crisis. He emphasized the need to improve working conditions for law enforcement personnel, supporting families of missing persons, ensure the welfare of children, combat gender-based violence, and preserve existing social programs. Through these comprehensive proposals, the candidates aim to secure public support by demonstrating their commitment to addressing critical issues facing the nation. With information from Jimenea Baumgarten, this is Laura Lane.
I don't know about you, Brent, but I think this information is very important for everyone to know, just be informed.
Yeah.
And because of this, next Monday, we will have our friend Rodrigo Lopez Becerril, which is also our anchor guy in the morning newscast.
Yeah.
Here. He knows a lot about politics. He's actually a politics expert. So if you have some questions about Mexican politics, get them ready, send them over to our WhatsApp number on the screen, or you can comment on the YouTube comments and write your question down there.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Rodrigo's a great person. He's a friend of mine. We both work with him a lot. He's just a great guy. And I think with my questions and your questions, we're going to really learn a lot about Mexican politics. But that's the end of this week, and that's the end of our show. So again, we look forward to your comments. We look forward to interacting with you. And of course, we thank you for tuning in to CPS News. It is the news that speaks your language. Any final thoughts or anything you want to say goodbye to our audience tonight?
Well, thanks for joining us today, and I hope you have a great night. I will see you next Monday at 7:30 here on CPS News.